What's up, YouTube? This video is going to be a very simplistic video. It's been requested by one of my subscribers in regards to doing product photography using just a cell phone. Now, surprisingly enough, when I was a commercial and editorial automotive photographer working for a vehicle photography company, 90% of what we shot was actually on an iPhone, and back then it was an iPhone 6. We also did have moment wide-angle lenses and whatnot to help us out, but the majority of the images were actually shot on an iPhone. We did also have DSLRs in regards to the premium package that some of the dealerships would actually purchase. And with that said, so basically you can absolutely get really good product photos using just a smartphone. You don't absolutely have to have a DSLR, although it does help. However, I'm going to show you that it's more about product placement, composition, lighting than it is about the actual device you're using to capture those images. So hopefully at the end of this video it'll give you some inspiration to get out there and just take your phone or your tablet and just start shooting some products and stuff. And the wonderful thing with products is you can practice at home with pretty much anything: pen, pencil, marker, set of keys, scissors, doesn't matter what it is. You can just practice. So let's just get down to the setup. What I'm going to be using is a mouse that I have for my computer. It's a little TVR. If you don't know what TVR is, look it up. Their cars are sick. But anyway, it's a TVR light up mouse. However, unfortunately, the mouse itself doesn't work. But when I've done these photos, you would actually want to buy one of these mice. And so pretty much it. Even though the mouse doesn't work, I'm gonna make it look like it's pristine and you have to have it. And I'm gonna be doing it all from my smartphone. That's it. No DSLR, no heavy duty camera, no special lighting, nothing like that. So let's just get right to it. Okay, now the very first thing you're gonna wanna do before you do any product shots is actually clean it. You wanna clean the product, make sure there's no dust, nothing on it. And we did the same thing when I worked for the automotive photography company as well. That was the very first thing we would do. We'd show up at a dealership and get the vehicles out, and then just let them know this car is too dirty, needs to be cleaned, because it's all about the presentation. With that said, take a couple shots here. Now what I'm doing is, once you tap the screen, within the camera itself, what you can do is actually change the exposure. So you just tap the screen, you should have a little tiny icon with like a little light bulb on it, and you can just drag your finger up and down to change the actual exposure compensation. So you can do it that way, or you can tap various areas of the screen, because the depth of field on the phone will actually be more than enough for you to still be able to capture everything in focus, even if you tap different areas of the product itself. And when you tap on a darker area, it gets brighter. When you tap on a brighter area, it'll get darker. So you want to find the correct exposure for whatever it is that you're shooting. Let's see, I want to get this a nice angle here. And bring this right down to the ground. Show that it's actually USB. So make sure that the USB plug is actually around the car so that people know. Actually, that makes it look like it's
really, really tiny car, so I'm going to move that away. There we go. That's better. So, see, at first I was going to do this, but then it would make the USB plug look like it's absolutely massive, and it would make the actual car look like it's super, super tiny, which would not be a very good presentation. So I moved the USB cord behind the car, just to make it more aesthetic. And now I'm going to plug in the car so that the lights can be seen. And here's where the exposure compensation thing actually comes into play. Let's just turn that down a bit more. Let me get it down. There we go. Now notice I have not changed any of the lighting that I have in this room. I'm just using the exposure compensation, and that's it. So this is really handy if you're going to be actually doing, if you're going to be selling anything online and you want to give it the best presentation possible to get the most dollar amount for what it is that you're actually selling. And you want to make sure that you get enough product, you want to get enough photos in the ad so that people really know what it is and they can see it for what it actually is, and not a couple of snapshots here and there, and it's not really telling people the whole story. Now I'm going to turn the light off. Just to show how bright the actual lights are. And I'll do one overhead. Always pay attention to shadows. See, that is not good. Slight change in the angle. And now I'm going to turn the light back on. And just do one right over the hood so that you can see where the actual buttons are. And yeah, I was going to unplug it to show the USB port, but that's not really going to work.
So there you have it. It's not difficult to pull off, and just take some time. Make sure you're looking at all the other elements outside of the actual you pressing the button to take the picture. What you need to be focusing on is the actual presentation and the placement of the product. You basically want to convey a story. You want to show it in its absolute best elements, and that's really all there is to it. If you want me to go more in depth with other equipment like flashes, I don't have strobes, but I do have flashes. I do have a constant light as well. I have backdrops and all that stuff. If you want me to do another video going more in depth with the more fancy side of product photography outside of just the basics, let me know in the comments below. And that's it for me. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have a new merchant store. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yep, got t-shirts, household items like coffee mugs and water bottles, coasters for your tables, as well as analog clock, and there's stickers and stuff like that as well. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. As I said, if you like the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Helps me out. I do appreciate every one of you, and the support is always appreciated as well. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, and you will see me on my next video. I'm out.